This is a milestone moment. Hey, imagine when you and I started being friends over 10 years ago, we were like, you know.
We were watching these things, we weren't on them. We were
Yeah.
them. You can see, right there.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, I was freaking out because I was on the other side of the station, you know.
Yeah, well,
So.
Have you been to Penrose? Yeah.
Well, I went here once.
Yeah.
But it wasn't to take a coach or a bus, I should
Take
say.
EXO, yeah.
And when
All
I
the
say
EXO routes are in the middle lane, so.
when I say this is epic, it's because again, you know, I did film Ben, as you guys saw, driving the LFS, but I'm not a fan of LFSs compared to coaches because coaches are traditional high floor buses.
You'll be shocked at how short this route is. It's about 10 minutes.
I know, I studied your schedule many times. Hey, is it me or is that an old fare box?
They're just plain fare. It's the same one that was in the other bus. That's all we use. It's a basic fare box, not electronic. It's not old.
Mind you, I looked at your schedule so many times, I hate to say it, I don't remember where that your terminus is. It is the
Prairie.
in the Prairie. And what year is this, Prevost?
2016.
2016? And you know it's old school because it smells oil, eh?
Yeah, a little bit.
It smells like an old classic.
Not totally old school. It's still a more modern engine.
I like how the number one over here fell off and they had to replace it.
I noticed that.
That's funny. You should send me that text right when I was here. I was like, "Where is he? Where's that bus? Like, if I'm gonna miss him, I'm gonna like, ah." So what if I miss him? I'll just
Take the next one.
film ambulances responding and yeah, get him at 5:05. Man, you know, I was thinking earlier when I was at home. I haven't taken a coach in years. Is this a newer coach or is this about the same year?
Model.
Same thing?
Well, it's 2 years newer. That's the same thing.
I gotta tell you, it almost was exciting to listen to all those buses idle and diesels running at the same time. I know you're more a fan of electricity than I am, so.
We'll find out electric vehicles.
Yeah.
For a modern diesel engine, it sounds really good.
I concur. That along with international truck diesel engines.
That's true.
So what is that, like a 20-minute ride or something?
10, about 10. Down Taft for about 10 minutes and there.
So it's easy peasy, you would say.
Yeah, it's really just a park and ride shuttle.
That's why they run these coaches, right? Because there's not many turns or anything?
Well, yeah, but also, I mean, my morning schedule, I do a local to express route
Yeah.
with this. So I do turns with this too.
I still can never get over how small these steering wheels are in these buses. It just cracks me up.
It makes it very easy to steer.
I know, but it looks like a car. Or a Toyota pickup or something. Or Mazda.
It's about the same size as an LFS steering wheel, just looks smaller than the layout.
So when has EXO been talking about getting rid of these?
By the next contract, which is probably going to be next year, I think. It's currently up for soon.
What a surprise.
It's going to be replaced by LFS because they don't really need them anymore. I mean, this is a 10-minute route.
You know who I especially hope sees this video now that I think of it, is Jimmy.
Yeah.
James Wong.
Yeah, James Wong.
Right? I'll give him a shout out. He makes excellent videos. I like your buddy, buddy. That's right. I like your videos, buddy. Thumbs up there. Compared to mine, very polished. But of course, that video you did compelling was about the electric Van Hool double-decker they drove across the country. That was that was something.
You know, I'm actually surprised that Van Hool put themselves out there to do that.
Of course,
but I'm
absolutely.
surprised they did that because they kind of set themselves up to fail because the U.S. charging network is notoriously bad.
Yeah, it's still too new.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in most places it's not great. Quebec, we're lucky. It's actually relatively well developed. That's because they put a lot of time and effort into it.
What's this?
That's just the.
What is this? What is?
Line control is beeping.
What's this pole above the fare box?
It's what's holding the fare box. It's mounted on it.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay.
It's not. It looks strong, but it's actually not that strong. As I found out the hard way one time in an LFS, I had like the bad habit of when I started to like hang on to the fare box when I was turning, and I was like putting my weight on it. Eventually, one day it fell over.
What,
it fell off its base.
when I went to walking back from getting my coffee at the Esso, I was going to ask you. I know you told me that you've had 2 or 3 issues with LFSs while you're working, and you had to go back to the garage. But what about these coaches, these Prevosts?
I had one recently actually where I left the garage with one of them, not this one, another one, and it was. I get to the light down the road from the garage, and this waft of white smoke passing me. I'm like, so I call. The mechanic comes over with the truck, and it's like, usually it's the Webasto heater that does that, and it hasn't been running in a few months. I'm like, okay, so keep going. It should clear up. And it seemed to have cleared up at that point. Yeah, I start going up the road, like 30 seconds after I leave, he calls me, yeah, go back to the garage right here. It's just like cascading white smoke out of the engine compartment. Yeah. I don't know what it was about.
Another thing I wanted to tell you is that, after I got off that, of course, once again, very enjoyable ride on the rim, which I mentioned in the end of the video. I was like, you know what, for me, I think when I take those trains, every time I take one, it's medicinal. Yeah. That's how nice they are, As a matter of fact, even when I got off the train, literally on the platform, I got the camera facing me and I'm saying, you know what, this is better than the STM.
Well, it's different. I wouldn't say it's better.
It's different. No, it's better because it's different.
It's also more modern.
It's more modern. The view is fantastic. Yeah. It's calm. There's not. I mean, I could go on and on, but I'm not going to.
It's like, yes, the new Metro cars that we have are good, but they still use a relatively niche technology. Rubber tire Metros is not like as widely adopted as just standard steel wheels. It's sort of a weird technology. It always has been. And it's kind of outdated. No one really adopts that from new anymore. It's only legacy systems like us and Paris and others that still use it. People are building new systems like the REM and steel wheels. It's the least. It's gotten better than it used to be.
I have to. Another thing I wanted to tell you is, imagine, I kind of wish I did a vlog of this getting down here, because look, from my place I took an MR73, then I took an Azure, then I took a REM train, and now this.
It's an interesting set of vehicles.
Yeah.
Variety.
Maybe that's what I should do. Actually, I should do that again, and make it part of my 40,000 subscriber special kind of a thing.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Because, people expect things. But what is, in your opinion, what is really the price difference between this and an LFS?
I honestly don't know.
Because I remember you mentioned a long time ago that any high-floor buses are cheaper. School buses, coaches.
But a coach is also a lot more involved. It's bigger and a lot of things are, a lot of components are different. So I'm not so sure about a coach.
Yeah.
School bus is cheaper.
Yeah, it's true.
More basic.
It is basic, you're right. Yeah.
LFS, I know, usually, this is a few years back, but I guess it's still in the ballpark of like $250,000 for a month for a regular diesel one. Like starting price. A hybrid's more. Hybrid's like half of it. But a coach, I honestly don't know. It depends on how well equipped it is too. That's not safe. Tow truck backing out onto a busy boulevard like that. Never do that.
Well, I'm sure when these buses eventually all be retired, a lot of drivers are going to miss driving them, I mean, imagine how many the MTA alone has, eh?
Yeah.
Must be a ton of them.
The MTA bought a whole bunch of new X345s, much like this, with double doors like this.
Yeah. Right.
Transit spec, commuter spec. This one doesn't have a bathroom in the back. It has a couple more seats. It has those grab handles on the roof wall, on the ceiling. It's more made for commuter spec. But the sad truth is that these can actually carry less passengers than an LFS for the load, so that's why they want to transition away from it, other than the fact that
Wait.
they're kind of pointless.
Oh, well. Yeah, but still, there's how many seats in here? I mean,
there's about 50-something seats, but you can only stand one person per row of seats.
Yeah.
So at most you maybe have, maybe 60. In an LFS, you can, depending on the seat configuration, you have like 70, 80 people in it.
It's funny we're talking about school buses, eh? But those propane-powered Bluebird do sound good.
They do sound good.
Yeah. And did you? You know what I noticed? I've noticed in the last 6 months, or maybe not even a year. Now international, they used to be only diesel. Now they've gone to gas, propane engines. Yeah. And I guess it's because the price of diesel just has gone skyrocketed, and it's just not as.
It's not just the price of diesel, though. I think it's because propane emits less than diesel.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
It's more efficient, but it's also harder to maintain an engine that's converted to propane. I think it's complex. It's probably more expensive upfront cost, but I don't think it's probably that less.
See, to me, this is just like that rim ride I just took. This would be if I would live downtown in the South Shore, just so I could do this. Look, there's an old camper. I would do that every day. In other words, what does that mean? It means either way. It doesn't matter if it's a rim train or this. There's no jostling. The other day, I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday, I was coming home on the 67, and
Arctic.
j'ai quasiment capoté là. I made a very good scene. And I was sort of like not yelling, but I raised my voice and say, "Hey, where's the fire? You know, like why is this guy? Why are you driving so fast? What's the hurry?" It pissed me off. I can't stand it. And I'm sure other people are looking at me like I'm a lunatic, but I don't care if people think I'm a lunatic. I'm already weird as it is. What difference does it make? I'm used to quality. I'm used to things the way they're supposed to be, like this. So it's.
One thing I can never get over about these buses is how much more power they have. Like you feel it, you get pushed into your seat when you press on the gas. Way more torque.
What's the horsepower?
I think, I remember looking at a video recently about another, I think it was for an MCI coach, but it's probably comparable. About 400 horsepower and about 1,500 pound-feet of torque.
Right.
It's all torque.
You're right, though. You do feel it. They're quick on takeoff.
It shoves you off the line. Yeah. Going up hills, compared to an LFS, no comparison. LFS is like, it loses speed going up the bridge.
Yeah, because this isn't, you don't, because this is heavy. You feel the quality. This is a heavy vehicle.
Especially Prevost. Prevost is the gold standard. I've not driven an MCI, but I've been in enough of them to know that they rattle more.
No, not only that. I remember when I took a couple of them, like coming from Quebec City, where the bathrooms were terrible. Yeah. Just terribly laid out, and the seats were not good, and yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, it's. Oh yeah, this is La Prairie. Okay, I'm gonna get off here. See you in an hour. I guess you got no layover time here, eh? Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm not gonna lie to you. I like the colors on the LFSs, on the EXO buses. I'm not, you know, yeah.
It's also kind of weird. Kind of old school, but it's still really neat up.
Flyer. She looks dirty.
Rough shape.
Yeah, really dirty too. I'm cleaning the damn thing.
They don't seem to clean their buses very often.
The STM has not been cleaning any buses, probably except for the Flyers and.
It's funny you say that because most of the time when I see an STM bus, it's spotless.
No, every one of them I see they're dirty as hell lately, and I think it's because like we're in a drought now, and they're making this excuse to like conserve water and all this stuff, and you know. But how many of those? There's not many of those Flyers, eh? EXO?
They have some. They bought them from Shuttle. Shuttle still has some. Up in Bun, they have some. But yeah, they're 370.
Look at that. There's something I never noticed. What is it? A Ford headquarters? I thought they were on the Trans-Canada in the West Island.
Where's the dealership? It's a really big dealership.
That's a dealership?
Yeah, they're huge now.
Get out of here.
Hold on, I'll see Ford engine.
Oddly enough, they're next to a vintage garage gas station, which is typical. It bit the dust, out of business. You know.
So recently, the garage gas station is still open. They just recently closed.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. The point that's what I'm trying to make is that even in Montreal, anywhere you go, you're going to see them close all over the place. You know, it's just but they're usually it's because they're getting bought out. They're getting bought out for condo development. You know, or
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Or the owners are just too old. They're retiring. They're done. That's it. They're fed up. You know, I remember one time I was here a few years ago, and I went to eat at the Harvey's near here with my brother. And I think we're about to go eat, and I hear a fire truck coming in. And yeah, just from the other side where we were, I got two pumpers responding. I think they were from 31 even. Well, one of them was.